Okay, here we go again. We are going to be making this solid today. Going to be making it in an isometric view with a specification tree. Going to evaluate some inertia, and we're going to use fully defined sketches to do it. So we're going to be working in our SOLIDWORKS. Going to open up a new part. Once it opens up, I'm going to make myself a sketch. I'm going to throw it on the front plane. All right, my approach to this, and there's lots of different ways to do it. I'm going to start with just a center rectangle at my origin point. In this center rectangle, I'm going to put the three circles that are going to become my holes. The big one, of course, is going to be right in the middle. I'm going to find that center. And then one to each side, lined up. So they're along this midpoint. See that dashed line there? Save me a little work later. Okay, now I'm going to grab my dimension tool. I'm going to start slapping some dimensions in here. So I know that this center hole is going to be 1 inch. So we'll call it out 1. And these side holes are each going to be 0.5. And I know the whole thing's going to be 1.5 inches tall. And now I'm going to put these 2-inch space from the center of the big hole out to the center of the small hole, and then a 1-inch space from this center to the edge. So I'll just start here in the middle, make this my 2-inch, and grab my dimension tool again, the center out to this line, and that's going to be 1 inch. Oh, you see I jumped off of that line. So to get back on there, I will get myself into my selection tool. I will grab the center of this circle. I will hold Control. I will grab the center here, and I'll say I actually want these to be horizontal. There we go. And that elongated my rectangle for me. All right, back into Smart Dimension. Center of my big circle to the center of my smaller one. It's going to be the same thing. That's 2. And then center this guy out to the edge. That's 1. All right, fantastic. And down here I do have a fully defined sketch. So now I'm going to extrude this. I'm going to go up into my features, say extrude. I can see we have a width of 0.5 for this whole plate region. So down here, just going to enter my 0.5. There we go. It's starting to look like something. We have these nice radiused corners in our drawing. So that'll be my next step. I'm just going to use my fillet tool to do that. Come up here to my fillet, select one of the corners, and you notice this little menu pops up. It offers me the other 3 corners, assuming that I'm going to be needing all of them. Say, yeah, I want all 4 of those corners. That's perfect. Now down here, I don't want a 1/10 of an inch radius. I want a 0.5 inch radius. And my fillets are done. Now all I got to do is get this large center circle in here. It comes from the backside, travels through the plate, and then continues on. Easiest thing to do, I'll just rotate my shape around so I can see the backside. I'm going to grab a new sketch and place it on that back surface. So now I'm looking at the back of my part. For this sketch, I'm actually going to want this inner hole to continue on through. So I'm going to grab it using Convert Entities. I'll click on this hole, this circle, and I want to convert it into my new sketch. So I just brought a shape up from my old sketch into my new sketch. Now around that, I'm going to have the rest of this circular part, which has a diameter of 2. So I'll grab my dimension tool and I will slap a diameter of 2 on there. Now all I have to do is extrude that. Nope, not revolve. Extrude. Excellent. Now I don't want it to extrude towards the back, so I have to flip it, this little arrow. Good. Now it'll travel through the plate, and I want it to travel a distance total of 1.5. There we go. There's the isometric view of our shape. Now all we got to do is get these measurements to show up. To do that, I'm going to go into my annotations, open it up, say, show me the measurements. All right, and now I can grab hold of them and I can start scooting them out so that they're more visible. Just sort of cleaning it up, making it easier to read. Now, any of these measurements, I don't have to have showing. Like here, these two, it's kind of confusing. They look a little bit offset. So if I don't want them, I can just right click on it, say hide, right click on it, say hide. And under my dimensions menu, I can say, all right, I want a size dimension for this outer circle. There you go. It tells me it's a 2-inch diameter and it puts in a tolerance. If you don't want the tolerance, remember you just come on over here where it says symmetric and you just go down to general. And that tolerance should disappear for you. All right. Oh, it shifted it over a little bit when it did it, but it's still there. So there you go. You got your 2-inch. If you want to do the same for the inner circle, I will just say I want a size dimension for this inner circle. And it says 1 inch. And again, it's giving me some tolerances. Not interested in those today, so I can remove them. And if I want to mark it as a through hole, well, I just come down here into the dimension text, and I can have it say whatever I want. Scroll over to the end and type in through. And there's my text right there. Can do the same thing with these holes off to the side here. If I don't want these individually labeled, I can hide them. And then I can just ask for a size dimension on this hole. And it even recognized the fact that there's 2 of them. So all I have to do is just remove that tolerance. And there we go. The only thing I'm seeing is this radius here. There's actually 4 of them. So I want to add that here. So I just select it. And down in here in your dimension text, before the letter R, just a 4x and a space. And there you go. You got 4 of them. So now all we got to do is add some material and evaluate some mass. To edit our material, we go up into our edit menu, come down to appearance, material screen, and I'm just going to keep working with the aluminum I've been using, this 1060 alloy. Say apply it, close the window, there we go. Now it's made out of aluminum. In order to evaluate my mass, go up into evaluate, say mass properties, and there we are. Quick and easy. Hope it was helpful. Hope you're having a good day.